So, as well as the amanitas, I purchased a bag of Salvia divinorum leaves and some Salvia divinorum extract. First off, let me tell you, if you're not ready for this experience, don't do it. This is not for the faint of heart. This is hardcore right here. This is, I'll explain what happened to me with my experience. I've taken Salvia before, you know. I used to go out behind my house in like my garden in the dark and sit there with a candle and some incense and take Salvia. And I wasn't really sure what was happening, but I know that it was something to do with another dimension. I was absolutely positive that there was something extra dimensional about Salvia. But I haven't got the opportunity to do it recently up until yesterday, when I got up the courage in the morning to take a little bit of the 10 times extract. I have a 20 times extract bag here too, which I don't plan on getting into for a little while, but it's there. Okay, so what happens when you take Salvia, you put a little bit in your bong there and smoke it. I recommend to use a bong or a water pipe, whatever you want to call it, something with water to filter it. Taking the extract is a very different high than taking just the leaves. The leaves will put you in a nice, cozy, meditative state that's really hard to describe. You feel like you're sandwiched in between two dimensions. Or more, I don't know, but it just feels like you have just being like pushed in between like two different dimensions or pulled, I don't know, you know, it just feels like an Oreo sandwiched in between the astral plane and the physical plane or something like that. The first time I did Salvia, I astral projected straight through this wall right here about 20 feet. And I was cracking up laughing. I astral projected through the wall about 20 feet. I was cracking up laughing. My friend was next to me. He was like looking at me like, what the hell? And my mom was like, what the hell? But anyway, I had a great time, you know. I was like, oh my god. Like, I just straight astral projected. It was took the hit and then just boom, astral projected right through my body. It was really incredible. So that has been repeated whenever I take Salvia. And yesterday I was able to actually be aware of what was going on. Alright, now first, let's talk about how different dimensions form. The heavier energy, the heavier, more dense matter coalesces towards the bottom of the gravitational pull of Earth's core. So we get this cocoon of physicality around the Earth's core that we call the crust or the mantle, whatever. The crust is different from the mantle, whatever. So as you go out from Earth's core and the gravity becomes weaker, you get the subtle energies being drawn into the Earth. And the more subtle energies form around the Earth in a torus shape, in the shape of a donut. They form around like donuts inside of donuts. The more subtle energies become more expansive as they're less restricted by the gravitational pull of the Earth, but they're still being created. And they actually go out all the way to galactic center. Okay. So, with that in mind, when you take Salvia, it's like someone is adjusting the frequency knob on your radio, and instead of just picking up the third dimension, you're all of a sudden picking up a whole other dimension way the hell out there, somewhere in the Earth's atmosphere or beyond. But you get the feeling of being way the hell out of your body. You can't, the first time when that first hit hits you, because when you take a hit, you can't tell when it's going to come on. You just got to take a hit, hold it in, and just wait for it. And instantly, you will try to come back to your body. You will feel like you want to come back to your body, but you can't. You're unable to get back to your body. So when you take it, my mom says I look like that. Like after I do it, you know, I have a great loving relationship with her. She's, you know, wonderful, not judgmental, and I even got her to take a little bit of a leave. You know, so she's awesome, and she helps me get more insight into what's happening to me when this happens. So anyway, I'll just explain what happened to me yesterday then. I was sitting on the couch, and I took a fat hit, and I noticed that I was incredibly out of my body. It's so strange. What you see visually when this happens is almost like waves, like lines, like a deck of cards spread out across a table. You see like different lines, like waves of reality. Like the frequency knob is trying to get to another channel, like you're trying to get out into another dimension, but it's not entirely getting you there. And I'll tell you one thing, every time that I go there, I see people. I see beings, extra dimensional beings. This has never failed, and this is not just a hallucination. I am picking up on a different frequency bandwidth. These subtle energy beings are up there, somewhere in outer space, but you won't know until you do the Salvia. It's not like oh, you know, crazy hallucination, psychic, psychedelic good. No, this is very particular effect what is happening with Salvia. I am positive that I'm out in space somewhere. I'm positive. And if you take Salvia, you'll have that feeling too. Because, like I said, what happens after you get the hit is you try to get back to your body. You feel like you're in some kind of strange foreign place, you know, and you try to get back to your body, but you can't. As much as you reach for your body, you'll feel like you're not doing anything at all. You're just be like this when you're trying to move your body. And that's because your consciousness has just shifted from outside of your body to somewhere way the hell out in space. So as this happened to me yesterday, I saw these extra dimensional beings, and I was looking at them, and they were looking at me, and I think they were rather judgmental. I think I got the feeling like they were judging me, but it might have just been my own perceptions about what I think that they would be thinking. I don't know, honestly, what they were thinking or what they were trying to tell me, but they were there looking at me. I think they were wondering what the hell was I doing there. I got the feeling like I was in someone's houses other than my own. It was so strange. Like, I don't know why. I just got the feeling all of a sudden like I had left my house and I was now in somewhere where I didn't belong. But I hadn't moved anywhere, of course, my physical body. I don't know how that happened. You know, I had the feeling that I was in somebody else's house all of a sudden. Who knows, you know, but as I was coming back to my body from being out in outer space, I actually was able to see a little bit of what was happening, and I could almost make out, like, coming back to the earth. And I swear to God, I was flying like hands forward, like Superman style, like back into my body. It sounds crazy, but try the Salvia yourself and you will experience it. So your frequency instantly shifts to another dimension out in space, and you're trying to come back, but you can't. And all you see is this like staggered half perspective of the physical world and half some subtle dimension that I'm not aware of. It might be the astral plane, who knows. So anyway, as I came back into my body, I was like half in my body and half still not, you know. That's probably what it is too. Why it's staggered like that is because you're being spread out, like all the way into space and all the way back, spread out and staggered. Your consciousness is being spread like peanut butter over a friggin' piece of toast. Consciousness just spread out, except it spreads out staggered like that. So you kind of come back like this too. So a little bit of you is out here, but you can still move around in your physical body, and you feel yourself being sucked back into the body. So as this was happening, as I was still like hovering like that, I stumbled into my mom's room, and I like threw my head on a blanket, and I was just cracking up laughing. I was just like busted up laughing. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I realized that the physical world is just a complete hologram. Like, you have just instant perception that everything is an illusion, and you just have instant cognition that none of this is real, and that there is so much more out there, you know, that we're not even aware of. And for some reason that just made me crack up laughing. I can't tell you why. Anyway, as I did this, my mom told me that she's seen a huge golden luminous light come out of my back. Like this far out of my back, like golden yellow luminous. Like, she said it looked like the sunlight almost. And she'd never seen auras before, so this is something, you know, fascinating to me when I heard about it. I was like, okay, why is she able to see it now as opposed to before? And I figured this out afterwards, just because I was out in outer space. And so you could see the energy coming back into my body as my subtle body was linking to my physical body. You could see the energy as it was crystallizing from the invisible subtle realm into the physical realm. You could see the residue of this energy coming through the channels as my body and spirit were reconnecting. Pretty heavy stuff. So if you're not ready for Salvia, don't do it.